evening. I'm Gail McHugh, and I am not a medical expert nor a legal expert, so I'll keep it brief. I'm a school psychologist, and I've heard last couple of people say that everyone is happy to have a child and no one ever regrets having a child. And as a school psychologist, I just want you to know that's absolutely false. Many people regret having their children, and I see many very needy children with people who shouldn't be raising them, more or less. I'd also like to say that women are not victims, and I'm getting tired of hearing tonight how abortion is bad for women and women are victims. Women are equals, and we need to have the same rights as anyone else. The last speaker said all men are created equal. Unfortunately, I believe women are created equal as well, and we should have the right to sovereignty over our own bodies. I heard a lot of emotional and religious testimony this evening. I don't know what happened to the separation of church and state, because I don't think laws should be based on people's religions. We do not all share the same religion. And I don't happen to be part of the majority religion anymore. I was raised in a Christian religion as a Catholic, a Roman Catholic. And I saw what the laws of that church and the laws of our state did to my mother, pre-Roe v. Wade. My mother was to be the valedictorian of her high school class at Central Falls High School. And she was impregnated by my very immature father at the age of 17. So she was forced out of school a couple months before graduation. And because she belonged to a religion in which birth control was preached as a sin, and divorce was also a sin, she stayed in an unhappy marriage, gave birth to 8 children, got divorced when the 8th one was born, and therefore was kicked out of the church for being divorced. And so she raised the children the best she could with lack of education and somewhat, living at the poverty level. When I think about people saying regrets, do we have regrets? I regret that women had to live for so many years without safety and autonomy and over their own bodies, and that they had to do what they were told. And I won't go back. We won't go back to doing what we were told and not having sovereignty over our own bodies. So, over 40 years ago, a couple of years after Roe v. Wade became the law of the land, I found myself 15 years old and impregnated by another immature young man who also had no interest whatsoever in becoming a father. I had no deep, horrifying process of, oh, should I or shouldn't I? I was absolutely certain I was not becoming a mother at 15. I did not have any interest in that whatsoever. Yes, I knew biologically that sex produces babies, but I was a child myself. Given the fact that my mother was a devout Catholic, I didn't go to my mother. And unfortunately, the studies show that 70% of women who get abortions identify as Christian. So your religion does not protect you from this issue. Regrets? No, I've had absolutely none. So don't assume that your experience is my experience. I've had absolutely no regrets that I didn't have a child when I was 15. And regrets should be completely irrelevant from the law anyway, just like your religion should be irrelevant from the law. Because my feelings should not be regulated by state laws or national laws. And the idea that the law needs to regulate women's feelings by making sure we don't get regrets or be depressed is insulting. We are grown women. So show us a basic level of respect. We certainly don't dwell for years on men's feelings after a vasectomy, do we? Nor do we legislate that men shouldn't have this or that. We don't force men to donate a kidney for someone else's life or to give blood with their bodies to sustain someone else's life, do we? No, we don't. So I think that freedom from government interference is a basic human right, and a woman has the right to talk to her doctor about what she needs and what she wants. And so therefore, I'm urging you to definitely support Bill 5343, legalizing abortion in Ireland, and 5830, repealing the spousal notification. Thank you.